Dippenaar on the beautiful Plettenberg Bay in South Africa. It's a Sunday morning, and thank you for taking time to come and speak to me about your new Zoomax.
Thank you, David. Thank you for having me and for the journey we've had together. And yeah, it's an amazing journey. I've been using your new microscope from Zoomax now for a year, and wow, what a journey and an amazement. Real difference that it made in my dentistry career. I'm loving it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a privilege to be associated with you as well because of the kind of dentistry you do. I always identified you as one of the top dentists in South Africa because you use a microscope in your practice. And tell us a bit about how did you get into microscope dentistry?
Thank you, David. I've purchased my first microscope 9 years ago. We've been doing an endodontic course with two of my mentors, you just realize at that hands-on it was an advanced endodontic workshop that the stuff that you've been taught, it's impossible to do by just using your naked eyes, and soon realized that this is the way that I want to go, and it was the best dentist decision I've ever made, not for my patients but for myself, because it just changed my day-to-day work again into something that's amazing, that you were amazed at your own work, because I don't just use it solely for endodontics, I use it for everything, restorative work, crown preps. It's amazing the journey, how it improves your work. It's the best teacher because it really teaches you about your own work. The things that you thought were good is now not so good when you magnify it 10 times, and how it improves you and how it pushes you to go further and advance. And it's been the center of my practice, and I can tell you now, if they take away my microscope, I would stop practicing dentistry. I have the CBCT, CEREC machine, all the nice things in dentistry. I use a laser, but this is for myself. And if I can't sit in this position, and if I can't see what I'm doing, there's no use in doing it. So for me, in the short sentence, you can only diagnose and treat what you can see. If you can't diagnose it, if you can't see it, you can't deal with it.
Yeah, that's great. You mentioned now that you got it for yourself, of course, to improve dentistry and that. How does it impact your patients, having a microscope in with communication and documentation and things like that? And of course, you're a key opinion leader for a few companies, just one company, Dippenaar, and you do a lot of lecturing. The communication, of course, helps in the documentation about that.
Yeah, being fortunate to be a KOL for Dippenaar as well. You do training, and it's amazing that you can physically, the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, can document with in HD video and still photography, like a photo I'm seeing you on the back screen. That's typical photos that we can use in lectures and show them real-life stuff. But for the patients, it's amazing. Gone are the days when 10 years ago, a patient would come in, you do the examination and say, well, you need 5 fillings, but he says, but there's no pain. But so let's sit down and let me discuss it with you. And all of a sudden the patient said, are you sure we shouldn't treat this one, or can't we take out this filling? Because they see what you see, and they believe in what you tell them, they believe in the way that you handle it, and they appreciate the amount of care, because it's really nice. Or a child that comes in, the parent sitting next to the chair, and you can show him live what you are doing. And at the end of the day, if he needs to pay for your bill, he understands why you charge certain fees and why you ask the type of fees that you do, due to the fact that he can see what you see. He's been with you through the journey, and I always like to take a before picture when I'm in the middle of a procedure and at the end, and the patients stand back and say, wow, actually this is what my tooth looks like now, and they know what they are paying for. It's brilliant communication. We are medical driven in South Africa and most practices, and it's very nice when you do a motivation for a patient for treatment, that you can send a clinical photo and say, well, this is what's needed, this is the clinical case, and combine it with the x-ray, and really, I feel that it's make a huge impact in that, the amount of claims that we get authorized due to the fact that we can show proof of what we plan on doing.
So that's great for documentation of that, and motivation, of course.
For sure.
So you also took part in the Battle of the Speakers in Cape Town recently, and you won that. Congratulations, it was very well done.
Thank you very much.
And we were very fortunate fortunate to be able to record it, and that is on YouTube. It's the, what was it, the enhanced microscope dentistry. You can just go onto our Facebook page at Equity Dental or David DeBell, and you'll get the link there. It's a great motivation to use microscope dentistry. Anyway, just to get back to the microscope that you've got now, it's the OMS 2380. It's the zoom microscope, which, so there's no steps and everything involved. Would you like to just talk to us about your microscope that you've got there?
Well, I must congratulate Zoomax as well for the steps that they've done and for the improvements over the last couple of years. I've been looking at their products, and I must say I think they've got a winner here. There's new things on this microscope which is really great, I'm glad to show you. Obviously they're the first company with this cell phone adapter that you can employ, and it's also nice for communication. I think the two biggest advantages for me of this specific microscope is firstly this really magnetic, not magnetic, but the way that this ergonomics works.
The super balancing arm.
Super balancing arm, there you have it. So the super balancing arm that you can really, you can see finger touch, put it into position and it stays there. It's so light and maneuverable, so you can literally, come into position like that, or with one hand move it up and down. That's probably one of the nicest features for me, because you don't have to use two hands to maneuver it. And I would say my favorite is the stepless zoom that they have, so that you have magnification, and you can magnify with a long focal length of, I think, 400. I'm quite a tall guy, so
from 200 to 400 millimeters.
200 to 400, and being quite tall, I can sit comfortably up straight in a position and work with my patient. And then it has this stepless zoom, which is amazing. To focus, especially if you're doing something tiny like a broken file removal, it's quite difficult. You don't have a lot of space to work in if you work on a high magnification. Small settings that you need to, and with a step magnification it's very difficult, or you just touch on the microscope and it's out of focus, so it's at your hand where you can move it, and all of a sudden just with one finger zoom it in and out and get instant focus. That's great. And then we spoke about communication, built-in photography and video on your hand, so it's at hand, two buttons, you can click it, once for photography, once for video. And that for me is what I like about this microscope.
It's just, this model's also got a foot pedal which you can use, or the mouse that you can click on to take videos or photos, which makes it very easy, so your assistant can also assist.
So you can, especially on your right focus, you can't leave, you can just have a tap, so you can tap on the foot pedal, take a picture. It's great. It's really been, my assistant also benefit from it. They can look at the screen. I have another big screen up in front of us, so we can show the patient. And what is also great is the first microscope with a Wi-Fi connectivity. So you can literally have your patient download an app, and he can sit in the chair and he can watch the whole video of what you're doing live. You can take photos. So for me, being in training dentists from time to time, coming to my practice for advice, I can give them my iPad, or I can give them a cell phone, and they can download and they can watch live what I do, which is great.
Okay, yeah, cool. Then just to go through a few other features, what you've also got on is the 180-degree binocular. Of course, that just helps for posture. You're quite a tall guy, so it just helps.
Nice feature.
And the pendulum effect is just to be able to angle your microscope to get into better spaces in the mouth. And then you've also got the laser filter, because you're a laser dentist as well. And then you've got the binocular extender, so the guys with the big stomachs or the pregnant ladies, they can get closer to the microscope, and it of course improves the posture so that you're sitting up straight. That's one of the biggest benefits of a microscope, is that you're looking after your health and you feel better, I suppose, when you're sitting up straight after a long day.
I must say combination, and it's not to promote, but I think one of the key things is to learn a microscope is to use this type of chair that I'm using, which has support for your arms. Being tall, I can really sit up straight with my posture. You read so many magazines about the downside of what the occupation is doing to our bodies, being a dentist, sitting in most of the time. So this, with arm rest and doing this, you can really sit. There's no strain on my shoulders, and like you said, the extension loop is really great, so that I can sit and work. I can sit like this the whole day, David. I sit, work for 8 hours, do a 2-hour endodontic procedure. There's really no strain on my eyes, not on my back. This takes away all the strains on your shoulders. it's brilliant. It's really brilliant.
I'm really glad to hear that from you, Doc. I think we've mentioned quite a lot about this microscope now. We've been selling this one for the past year. You were one of the first guys that bought it in South Africa, and thank you for the trust that you have in us as a company to supply this to you. As I said, it's a privilege to be part of this, to go on this journey with you, and thank you for allowing me to send other doctors. You can phone him anytime and he will give you his true and honest opinion. That's one thing I like about Dr. Heinrich Dippenaar. He will never tell you something he doesn't believe. So you'll hear the truth from Dr. Dippenaar. Thank you so much for taking some time on a Sunday afternoon here in Plet. We're going to cut this short down and go and probably have a beer at the beach.
Sounds like fun.
And good luck with the future here in Plettenberg Bay. I wish you all the best. And I hope this Zumax gives you many, many years of really good dentistry. And I hope your patients appreciate what you do for them. Dr. Heinrich Dippenaar really is passionate about what he does and only tries to deliver the best for his patients. Yeah. Thank you once again.
Thank you, David, and thank you for Equity Dental and for Zumax for being part. And you're quite a knowledgeable guy. You're passionate about magnification. You've come a long way in South Africa, and it's really the go-to guy. You know your stuff inside out, technical as well as the mechanics of it, and always a phone call away. So thank you for that, and thank you for being part of my journey as well.